Hi again, everyone. Today I want to share with you about the election that's going on today. Now, we have an election with two major parties. We have the Republican Party and we have the Democratic Party. And those candidates on the Republican Party are Donald J. Trump and Hillary Rodham Clinton. Now, I'm going to share with you the ideas of these candidates. I'm not here to persuade you on why to vote. I'm just here to share with you the issues. Not only the issues, but the history behind where should the true stance be on these issues. Not trying to persuade you again, but trying to help uh, help people be aware of what the issues are, and what are the history of these issues. So first, starting off with Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton is more of a liberal candidate. She states that she's a progressive, somewhat moderate person. But she does have a lot of baggage that she carries. She has been tied with many different scandals, you could say. She's been tied with Whitewater, with Benghazi and her emails. Now, they're not really scandals, but they are controversial issues that have happened during her political career. And they are something that are worth taking note of when you vote. But it doesn't make a big enough difference to vote for the other candidate. Well, it is questionable, and it should be considered. But does it make that large of a difference to vote for the other candidate? And that's a question you must ask yourself. You have to find out what she has accomplished. And does what she accomplished outweigh the considerable bad that she might have done? Well, it might have. Well, she does plan on doing a lot to help the people. She plans on helping out children who need a better education. Now, we do have programs, like I stated in my Great Society speech. She does believe in helping people and advancing education for children. She wants to have something better than Head Start. Uh, and so she believes in helping people as far as that. She believes in small businesses. And small businesses are very important for our economy. And she believes in helping these individuals. And she believes in helping as far as taxes and regulations. As far as foreign policy, she does not necessarily believe in abolishing, or not abolishing, but um, taking out all the way certain groups in the Middle East, which she believes in stabilizing the Middle East. She believes in lowering taxes and things of that sort. And she really believes in helping the people. Now, I have her website up, and here are some things on where she stands on. Now, she believes in her tax system. She believes in pretty much making Wall Street pay. Now, Wall Street has done some questionable things. Is it true or is it not true? I'm not here to persuade you on that or tell you if it's true or not. I can make another video about that. But what the issue is here is that she believes in a fair tax system. She believes in making the wealthy pay. And should they pay? Well, they may have not been paying their fair share and probably have been getting away with a lot of unfair payments towards the tax system. I'm quite sure that middle class have been paying more than the rich. We have billionaires who are saying that that's true, like Warren Buffett and Bill Gates. They're saying that they are paying more than, they are paying less than some of their middle class or less well off associates or friends. So we understand that there is some question about the tax plan, and she plans on um, making it fair, with the wealthy pay their fair share, which is something that we should do. As I stated earlier, she has a plan for people with addiction and substance issues, through improving treatment plans, for one thing, prevention and training. We can. She states that we can end this quite epidemic once and for all. So she wants to improve treatment and prevention. I kind disagree with that. I could look into more detail about this, but I'm not going to do that now. Um, but what Hillary Clinton believes in is helping the people. What I see in her plan does seem to help the people. What she has accomplished some things to help the people, but some of her plans and some of the things that she has done are quite questionable. But I think, from what I think, I would vote for her. But I'm not here to share that. But what I think is that what she's trying to do here is help the people. Same thing with the other candidate. I mean, there is no candidate that doesn't want to help the people. But what her approach is um, giving the people the things that they need, raising the taxes on the rich. She believes that's fair. Um, Giving more entitlements in some situations is fair. Uh, and other things like that. So, depending on what you believe, she is doing fair things or she's doing unfair things. So it's for you to weigh out. Hillary Clinton has done some things that are questionable, like I said earlier. She has been caught up in some questionable affairs. And but she does have some things that are good for the nation, considering what you value. Now, like I brought up earlier, the Republican candidate who's running for president is Donald J. Trump. And I'm going to share a few ideas on what he believes. Now, I'm going to bring up um, immigration. I'm going to start with that. Now, he believes in immigration, and he knows that there's an issue with our immigration plan. And so he believes in deporting as many Hispanic illegal immigrants as we can. Not just Hispanic, but illegal immigrants in general. And is that fair? Well, they are illegally here, but I do think we do need to put them on the path to citizenship. Um, is Obama's plan on doing that fair? I don't know. That's for you to judge. But he does plan on doing that. He plans on building a wall, and is that fair at all either? Well, again, I don't know. But I know that he is trying to build a wall on the border of America. And the thing about that is, I have to share with you about this, is there was once an issue with Cuba. Now, did we build a wall? No. I'm quite sure we have fixed the issue with Border Patrol and the Coast Guard. Um, and I'm quite sure there still is somewhat of an issue, at least there was an issue with Cuba. But has that been fixed? I don't know. I know one thing for sure, that there was an issue with Cubans coming here to the United States. And Cuba is not a part of the same continent. They are on an island. So that's something to take into consideration when you think about immigration and deporting all the Mexicans and building a wall. Well, not just Mexicans, but illegal immigrants. Again, we see the immigration issue. I'm not going to stay on this too long, but he wants to deport the Hispanics and not force, but encourage them to pay for that wall, because he finds that the issue that they're given, the issue that we have, is from them, and they should pay for our issues by paying for a wall so they won't come over here illegally. Should they do that? Well, we have not helped them become the best country they can be. Back when the Mexicans were having a revolution in the early 1900s, we kind of prevented the government from being overruled or overridden. Was that fair? Well, I don't know. I don't personally think it was fair. I don't know what you think. Also, a few years before then, we went to the Mexican War, and we started war with Mexico, saying that they crossed the border. Now, it was very small issues that just caused the war. It wasn't really a necessary war to happen. It was more of expansion because of want of the land. It was called the Manifest Destiny, which was saying that God had it for us to expand towards the West. Now, us being the country that we are today, and knowing that we expanded towards that area and we own that area now today, was it God's plan? Well, I'm a Christian, and I believe that Well, since we have it now, it probably was part of the plan. Was it fair? Well, I don't think it was fair. But again, that is for you to judge. Now, moving away from immigration, he plans on fixing the tax system, which is necessary. Again, um, and does that need to be fixed? Yes, it does need to be fixed. The tax system is unfair. He says that he wants to help businesses pay not necessarily as less as they need to, but not raise up taxes so much where it pushes business out of the country, which is something to consider. Knowing that a lot of companies are leaving the country because taxes are too high for them. Again, we see a lot of rich people not paying fair amount of taxes. He says he's going to fix that. I'm not. I don't have his actual plan up right here, but I do have what a general idea of how he wants to fix this, and the same thing on Hillary Clinton. That's how I addressed it. So he does want to address that and make it fair, which I think is okay to do. Um, how he's going to do that, I'm not sure, and I don't know. Um, but he does plan on leveling the playing field, helping businesses get what they need, and helping them make the most money that they can, so that they're helping the people and have the money to pay their people. Moving on to Trump's um, idea on regulation. He believes in small government, and small government believes in deregulation. He believes in reforming the whole regulation system, implementing what is necessary, and leaving out what is unnecessary, which is, again, fair. It is very fair. But here's the thing what we need to think about. Should we reform the whole system? A lot of regulations are here to protect the welfare of the people. I don't see what the government gains from implementing regulations that are necessary. But again, I'm not sure. But it's for you to think. Should we reform the whole regulation system and pretty much redo that whole system? It's for you to think. Moving on to our last issue that we'll address today is national defense. Or not national defense, but foreign policy. Now, Trump, he believes in taking out ISIS, going to war with ISIS and taking them out. ISIS is an issue and has been somewhat of a threat here. We have had terrorists here who have said they have been a part of ISIS and want to attack Americans and other people across the world. And should we just go and take out ISIS? Well, I don't think ISIS is doing the world too much good, but I don't think, I'm not sure if taking them out would do us any more good. Because the issue is, if we take out ISIS, that could help with the destabilization of the Middle East, because pretty much the Middle East is in somewhat turmoil. So would taking out ISIS do any help? Well, it could do help to the world. It would get rid of that terrorist group that terrorizes much of the world, and we would start winning that war on terrorism. And there are other ways to stabilize the Middle East. So that's one thing to consider when you're voting, and if you're voting for Trump, or if you're not voting for Trump. Same thing on the Hillary side, if you're going to vote for Hillary. So, in general, we need to look at these issues. I'm here to share with you some of the issues and where these individuals stand on these major policies. But the best thing to do, especially when you're voting for a presidential candidate, is just to go on their website, look up what they believe in, where they stand on issues, what they have done to help Americans. That's something that's very important to do so that you can understand the full situation. So that's what I've done today. I've looked at where they stand on the issues, and I'm sharing that with you, just telling you generally where they stand on these issues. It's important to understand that when you're voting. This year is a presidential election, but that's not the only election that's going on. There's elections going on to vote for local government, congressional members, and other members of our government. So You have to consider that and look them up. Find out what they believe in. Don't just vote Republican or Democrat. Vote on the issues. Make sure you understand what they believe in, because many times we don't understand completely on what they believe in, and we end up voting for the candidate that's not actually for what we believe. And that's not fair to you, neither is it fair to me. And so, what I'm trying to tell you today, or share with you today, is that we need to look at the issues and vote wisely and knowledgeable. And we should look at what they believe. I shared with you what these two individuals who are running for president believe in. And that's something to consider. I hope you like this video. I hope you will share this video and leave any comments below. Thank you.